Shalom, coming at you with a quick lesson, giving all praises, glories, and honors to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, double honors to the elders of the Church of Great Millstone. And shalom to all you sincere believers that's preaching out the truth, warning the sheep about the times that we're living in, and the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Alright, this is your fellow servant, Priest Kodash Payah. In this lesson, I just want to get into real quick on, during the time of Esdras, a prophet. Basically they were going into what's stronger between women, the king, and wine. And wine, drinking, people, it's not unlawful to drink, but there's a balance. You have to respect it, is used for a lot of people drinking, wine or strong liquor or strong drink. A lot of people can use it for a form of celebration, a form of coping, using it to isolate themselves if they're in a form of depression or just going through, their own tribulations in life. But not everyone can indulge with strong drinks, like others. Some people can handle it, but other people, they can't. It can take over your mind. It can control you like a potion, in the movies, and a lot of these liquors and drinks are potions if you think about it. They make you blank out. They make you do things you wouldn't normally do if you was conscious, if you was sober-minded. It makes you say things. It just puts spirits on you, literally. You're possessed with something else, and, a lot of people have gone to AA meetings for this. It's not something you can, just play with. You know what I mean? And I've fallen victim to this. I'm going to get into the scriptures, but I've fallen victim to this plenty of times. I drink. I like to drink, I'm not going to resort to anything else. You know what I mean? That's unlawful. Our people, they resort to other things that's putting needles, all these synthetic drugs is not good for you. Back in ancient times, they made wine off of pure grapes. It was more natural, Now it's synthetic. It's not real. It's literally factory made. And, but anyway, just when you drink, man, you gotta, make sure you eat, make sure you hydrated, obviously, but some people don't know when to stop. Some people can get carried away. It raises up estrogen levels. People get more emotional and things like that. So, according to the scriptures, there's a balance, and when you can't, you gotta own up to certain things, if it's taking over you, you have to really step back and examine and, but I'm gonna get into the scriptures. Now, there's the book of 1 Esdras, chapter 3 and verse. And I'm going to start at. Verse 17. I'm going to get straight into the point. It says, "And he said unto them, Declare unto us your mind concerning the writings. Then began the first, who had spoken of the strength of wine." All right, because three people, declared what they felt was stronger. One wrote about wine, one wrote about a king, and one wrote about women. All right, and that says, "And he said thus, O ye men, how exceeding strong is wine! It causeth all men to err that drink it." It causes people to basically do things that they wouldn't normally do if they were conscious. Basically, they mess up, they stumble in their ways. It says, it maketh the mind of the king and of the fatherless child to be all one, of the bondman and of the free man, of the poor man and of the rich. It turneth also every thought into jollity and mirth, so that a man remembereth neither sorrow nor debt, right? So people drink it to help them not think about their troubles, right? It puts you in a good spirit sometimes. It puts you in a good mood. Everybody's different, right? It makes you want to jam to some music, especially depending on what you drink. But it says, it turneth also every thought into jollity and mirth, so that a man remembereth neither sorrow nor debt. So you go through whatever situation, you in debt, you got money issues, it makes you forget about these things, your sorrows, And it maketh every heart rich, so that a man remembereth neither king nor governor, and it maketh to speak all things by talents. You start speaking, it's about, it says, and when they are in their cups, they forget their love both to friends and brethren, and a little after draw out swords. So when you drink in your cup, you're in the midst of drinking, it makes you forget your love that you have for brothers. And it's not that you don't have the love, if you was conscious, sometimes you just may express certain things of your own trauma, of things you've been, you know what I mean, and may spew it out while you're drunk. Not everything is true, but it makes you, it makes you forget the love. You want to argue with people, start fights, and afterwards, some people blank out the next day, they apologize, but just, you gotta, scriptures speak about everything, man, but this specifically is about wine, because you can't smoke weed, that's unlawful. I mean, polluting your lungs is not made to inhale smoke. You can't do crack, you can't pop pills, these things you cannot do. So that's why I'm leaning upon the wine and the drinks, because this is what everyone resorts to, and this is like the only thing you can resort to as far as like mind altering that's lawful according to the scriptures. And me myself, I've fallen victim to saying certain things to certain brothers and doing things that I ought not to do, and it just makes you more conscious, more aware of, while you're sober, just knowing how to be more, mindful of other people, their perspectives, and you don't want to be the person that's always apologizing, because after a while, that shit gets old. You can't just once or twice, maybe 3 times, and but after a while, it's like you really have to. It teaches you how to have more self-control, discipline. Even with women, you can't just go having, sex with every woman and shit, and it's just not certain things. Not everything's for people. Sometimes drinking is not for everyone. But it says, but when they are from the wine, they remember not what they have done. There you go. So that sometimes it makes you blank out. You don't remember what you did. So it's last verse. O ye men, is not wine the strongest that enforceth to do thus? And when he had so spoken, he held his peace. So there you go. I mean, pretty sure everyone had a story to tell behind drinking. It just self-discipline, be more conscious and examining yourself. You can't be drunk, man. You can't be walking around like a drunkard, staggering and just, it's not a good look. The scriptures also say wine is a mockery. It makes you look like a fool, like an idiot, you know? And so, not a lot of people that they're not themselves, man, you know? But we got to be physical, you know, keep it balanced out and keep it, you know, drink responsibly. All right. What else? I mean, this isn't a physical note. You know, being physically sober, and you know, don't overdo it. You know, but also being spiritually sober as well, because people are spiritually drunk with this world. That's why they look like fools. That's why they stagger. That's why, you know, Isaiah 29:9 tells you that. But I hope this video is edifying. And with that, I'm gonna say shalom.